Hello and welcome to the second SAM project for 2A, project for access. So I've got my instructions printed out once again, and I'll just run through them here and show you how to get the second SAM project completed. So step 1 says open the billboard listing query in design view. So I'll right click and click on design view. Delete the facing field from the query and then save, run, and close the query. So the facing field is over here. So you can delete it by clicking up here, delete column, or you can just backspace it and then click F5 and it goes away. So either or works fine. Now it says save, run, and close. So we'll save it, we'll run it, and we'll close it. Number 2. Create a new query in the query design view based on the aggregate table with the following options. I always do this just to be safe, but we don't need to for queries. Create query design based on the aggregate table, and that's the only table they want us to base it off of, so I'll click close. And they want us to add the fields add rep number 2 ways. You can double click, or you can drag and drop. So last name, first name, and date hired. I like to double click, it's just what I'm used to. Add an ascending sort to the date hired field. So you'll see your sort right here. Click and choose ascending. Save the query with the name add rep hired query. So right click, save, add rep hired query. Number 3, create a new parameter query in design view based on the billboard table with the following options. Create a new parameter query. Create design billboard and just one table. Add the billboard ID, location, DEC, city and state. And billboard ID, location, DEC, city and state. Make sure that you add them in the order that they tell you to. Add the criteria and enter state, including those brackets, to the state field. So down here you'll see criteria. So click right here in the criteria box under the state field and use your square brackets like they tell you. Enter state, close the square bracket. Save the query with the name state billboard query. Okay. Run to confirm that it works. Hint, if you use WY for the parameter value, the query should return 4 records. So in order to run this, what a query is doing is it's asking a question of whatever table you have selected. So we've selected the billboard table, and it's asking a question, what states in the billboard table have whatever state you're looking for, Wyoming, Idaho, Washington. So when we run it, we're going to have to tell them what state we're looking for, what records in the billboard table have that state. So I'm going to do Washington. And now I get back the 4 records that are in that billboard table that are Washington state. Save and close. Number 4, create a new query in design view based on the ad rep and advertiser tables. Now I have 2 tables. What you'll do is you'll go to create, design. You're going to just add the 2 tables that they want. So ad rep, add, and then advertiser, add, and then close. You'll see a line show up between them that shows that there's already a previous relationship for those 2 tables, something that was already added before you started working on it. 4A says to add the advertiser name field from the advertiser table. So we'll go to the advertiser table and double click on the advertiser name. Then B says add the first name, last name, and phone number fields from the ad rep tables. This is your ad rep table, and they want you to add the first name, last name, phone. First name, last name, phone number. Oops, I have that one choice, so backspace to get rid of that. All right, save the query with the name ad rep advertiser query. Run and save and close. Number 5, open the Unique Cities query in Design View. Right-click, Design View. Modify the query to list all cities only once. Hint, click the second field in the design grid. Open the property sheet and change the unique values property for the query. So you've got cities selected here. Click property sheet. So it wants you to choose the second field in the design grid. Change the unique values property. So over here, you'll look for unique values. This is your property for unique values. Right now it's no. They want you to change that. The only other option is yes. And now you're going to run, and you should get back 18 values records, and you can see that on the bottom there. 18. Save and close. Number 6 says create a crosstab query based on the billboard table with the following options. So a crosstab query, if you go to create, you'll notice there's only 2 queries here, and you'll need to choose the wizard to get a crosstab query. Now you get to choose the table, so billboard table. Alright, so use only data from the billboard table in Crosstab. Use the state field for the row headings. Alright, so right here the first question is which field values do you want as the row headings? And it tells you to use the state, so I'll click state. That's my row headings. Next. And use type for the column headings, so click on type. Next. Use a count of the billboard. So count is right here of the billboard ID. So those are all the defaulted to be selected. And include row sums. Yes, include row sums. That's selected as a default. Alright, now I have to save it as state type crosstab. View the query, then save and close it and finish. Here we go. Save. Close. Number 7, open the top values query in design view. Modify the query to sort the current due amounts in descending order. So here's your current due amounts. Sort is right here. So change that to descending. Change the return value to display only the top 25% of records. Run the query and save and close it. Up at the top here, you'll see return all. 25% is what you'll change that to. And run, save, and close. Run, save, and close. Number 8, open the Oregon digital query. Right-click, design view. Add criteria to select only those records where the type field is equal to digital and the state field is equal to OR, which is Oregon. Okay, so add criteria. So you're looking at your criteria here, and we have to go to the type and the state, which is these guys. So because and is underlined, it means you're going to put them side by side. If or was there, you would put one here and one down here. So they want digital, and they want OR, Oregon, or the state. Don't click on that, just click outside. Alright, run, save, and close. There you go. So they came back with types that were digital, and the same types that are digital, only the digital types that are in Oregon. That's the only record you're going to see from that query. Right click save and close. Number 9, open the square foot area query. Design view. Modify the query by creating a calculated field to compute the square footage of a bulletin board. Alright, so this means we need a new field. You can enter it in here if you want, or you can use the right click, and you can go to build or zoom, and you can also click up here on filter. All of these will allow you to build a calculated field. I'm used to just typing it in here, but most people enjoy doing the build up here because they give you an example. Alright, so type in square feet. That's going to be the alias, they call that. So that's the name that's going to show up for the field. Here's the calculation. It's going to show up underneath it. Once you have it typed in, click OK. There you go, it just shows up right there. Run, save, and close. See how that square foot came up as the alias? They call it the alias, but it's the name of the field. That's how it shows up. Save, close. Number 10, open the caption query in design view. Modify the query by adding the caption for the facing field to direction. So we'll click on our facing field. Caption up here, we're going to type in direction. Okay. You'll see that the title changed from facing to direction. Save as. Number 11, open the no current due query in design view. Modify the query to show only records where the current due field is equal to 0. So current due criteria, just type in 0. That's all. Now run. See, current due 0, you get a few records back. Save and close. Number 12, open the Washington Advertisers query. Hide the state field in the query and then save and close it. So just click on this button in the show category here. Just click that one so when you run it, it will hide that state field. Save and close. Number 13, open the billboard type query. Billboard type query. Add criteria to select only those records where the type field is equal to bulletin or to digital. Okay, so this is an OR I was talking about. So it's going to return values that have bulletin or digital. So we'll return both values. So we will run it and we'll see digital and bulletin show up there. That's what the OR gives you. Save and close. Number 14, open the multiple sort query in design view. Modify the query to sort the records in ascending order, first by ad ref number field and then by advertiser name field. Make them both ascending. Run. Save and close. Number 15, open the small audience query in design view. Add criteria to select only those records where the value of the DEC field is less than 2000. Less than, we use our arrows. So this is greater than, this is less than. Run, save, and close. So run, and we get in the DEC field any value that's less than 2000. Save and close. Number 16, open the billboards by type query. Modify by adding totals to the query as described below. For the type field, first we're going to have to add some totals. So click on the totals button up here in the show and hide. So we get a total row come up here. So for the type, it wants group by, which is defaulted. For billboard ID, they want to change to count. So we'll click on it, change to count. Run, save, and close. Number 17, open the G advertisers query. Add the G star or asterisk wildcard criteria to the advertiser name field so that the query only returns records when the advertiser name begins with G. So down in the criteria here, type in a capital G and an asterisk. This is a wildcard. So when you run, it will turn back any name that starts with G. The reason why you put the asterisk in there is so that it doesn't come back looking for just a cell that has the letter G in it. If you just put the G in there without the asterisk, it would look for a cell that has only G, capital G in it. The asterisk helps the Access program to look for a cell with a capital G in it and return that value to you. Number 18, use the report wizard to create a new report based on the all advertisers query. So I'm going to click on the all advertisers query, create report wizard, advertisers query. Include all fields. So again, that double arrow brings them all over. Group the report by last name. Use no additional sorting. So next, this is sorting no additional. Stepped and portrait. So stepped and portrait are defaulted. So next, and title is going to be all advertisers report. Yeah, that's what a report looks like. So I'm going to save and close that. Now everything is closed on my database. Just make sure you have your name saved _2, not _1, and you're good to go.